Root perforation results in the communication between root canal walls and periodontal space, commonly caused by an operative procedural accident or pathological alteration such as extensive dental caries and external or internal inflammatory root resorption. In the early of the 20th century, histological studies of root perforation were undertaken in Germany, which shows inflammation and the breakdown of periodontal tissue as it's been reported by Lance and Pearson 1965 and 1967. Two factors play an important role in perforation. First factor is sealing of the perforation with a material able to prevent leakage. Bhaskar 1971 confirmed that sealed perforation results in less inflammation than unsealed perforation, even if it's not immediately sealed. The second factor is time-lapse till completely sealing of the defect, and that's been observed through Seltzer et al. 1970. They studied root perforation in rhesus monkeys and concluded that inflammation occurs to certain instance, and the prognosis is best if the perforation sealed immediately. The response of the periodontal tissue to the repaired material varies depending on the repairing material and if it's extrude to the periodontal tissue as shown in Beninati et al. 1986. For that, Lemon 1992 proposed the concept of internal matrix to overcome this problem. Since then, several materials have been used as internal matrix, including hydroxyapatite, collagen, calcium phosphate cement, and calcium sulphate, which is plaster of Paris. Calcium sulphate is recommended as a space filler in bone because it assists the regeneration of periodontal tissue and exclude epithelial tissue from the sites of bone formation, according to Pseudosantin 1992. Ad-Dafas and Al-Nazhan did an animal study in 2007 to evaluate the use of calcium sulphate in furcal perforation as artificial floor. They found that the prognosis is poor in delayed repair of the furcal perforation regardless, and the use of calcium sulphate as internal matrix under MTA or amalgam did prevent extrusion of repaired material into the contaminated perforated area, but it caused unfavorable inflammatory reaction. The objective of this study is to compare the tissue reaction of two repairing material for furcation perforation, nano-filled resin-modified glass ionomer and MTA, used with or without calcium sulphate artificial floor. The study involved 96 teeth from 6 healthy adult male dogs. The 96 teeth were divided into 4 groups according to the furcation repair material. First group is MTA, the second group is MTA with calcium sulphate artificial floor. Third group is nano-filled resin-modified glass ionomer. Group 4, nano-filled resin-modified glass ionomer with calcium sulphate artificial floor. The perforation was made using 1.4 millimeter round burr, and 2 dogs were sacrificed at each interval 1 or 3 and 6 months. Bone deposition is an ongoing process that had been observed in all groups, with group 1 and 2 and group 4 had the highest value. The presence of calcium sulphate artificial floor didn't enhance the cementum deposition in group 2 and group 4. An inflammatory process occurred initially in all groups and resolved with time except for Group 3. Periodontal ligament regeneration was observed in all group through all time interval, while MTA and MTA with calcium sulphate artificial floor were the highest percentage. Epithelium proliferation occurred in some cases of all groups after 1 month and disappeared with time in MTA and MTA with calcium sulphate artificial floor, but oscillate in nanofilled resin modified glass ionomer and nanofilled resin modified glass ionomer with calcium sulphate artificial floor. In conclusion, adhesive resin cannot be used as a repairing material for perforation defect, and calcium sulphate under MTA provided the best result for repairing of the accidental furcation perforation. And thank you.